All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my first video. I'm trying to keep these videos as short and as possible with as much information that I can supply for you so that you will be able to accurately interpret exactly what type of situation this legal case is. It's a criminal situation. It's a criminal case. And it's something to where this is more of a constitutional case, more of a constitution, more of a Bill of Rights, more of a human rights, Declaration of Independence type case, because, and its effects on you as the viewer, it should be very important. The importance of this is because it affects everyone. Like I've tried to mention in my previous videos, the reason why the Constitution is so important, and it's so important to be an American citizen, and it's so important to have your documentation and everything like that, is because the Constitution is supreme law. Now, with that being said, with the Constitution being supreme law, if there are problems with enforcing constitutional rights, then we'll have a problem like we're seeing now in the country, now in America. And that is something to where it affects me, it affects you, it affects everyone in America, because it's a situation to where no matter how much money you have, no matter how much influence that you have, no matter how many businesses or people or your community service or anything like that, if the government chooses to put you in jail, then you have no foundation, no backing. And you cannot do that in America. You cannot just pick up somebody on the side of the street and haul them off to jail. That is what the Constitution was founded on. When we were establishing ourselves as an American country, there was a lot of problems dealing with the citizens that were here in America. And then you had the whole issue with England and the British and the American Civil War and that whole thing, to where people were just getting picked up and thrown in jail. People were just losing businesses. People were losing money. People were getting their stuff stolen. And because there was no enforcement, because there was no government body to say, stop, you can't do that. You can't just, impress upon yourself on another human being, another American. You cannot do that. And the Constitution was founded on those basic principles, that every man was created equal. That is to mean that everyone is to follow by the same rules. Everyone has the same laws that they have to follow. No matter how much money you have, no matter how big your business is, no matter if the government wants to put you in jail, it doesn't matter how much money you have, because they would just overrule you. So that's what makes this case so important. That's what makes every human rights case so important, is because you need to have accurate judgment. You need to have an accurate judicial reading to be able to say, what are the facts in this case, and why we need to be able to differ between criminals, American citizens, who needs to go to jail, who does not. Because you're always going to have an argument or someone trying to make an accusation. But when you lose your constitutional rights, when there's no constitutional conscience, when there's no constitutional enforcement, it becomes an ethical problem. It becomes a problem for everyone, no matter what social class you're in, no matter how much money you have in the bank, no matter how much time you no matter how much TV time you have. It doesn't matter that if once you lose your constitutional rights, and once your constitutional rights cannot be enforced, or they do not want to enforce those constitutional rights for you, then that's a constitutional problem, and that's a human rights problem. And we need to be able to say that's a human rights problem. That's a human rights and opportunities department. It's Department of Labor problem if it's work related. And in my situation, it is work related, and it has something to do with being able to know what your rights are as an American citizen. So with that being said, I'm going to start showing what I believe is very important in justifying and supporting my reasons why this case is unconstitutional. So with that, I'm going to bring you the next video.